I just made the world's best English breakfast tea. I added some like honey and blueberry milk. So good, so good. But happy new year. Welcome to my first video in 2022. I'm so happy to be sitting here with you guys, just being able to do what I love. 2021 was such a good year for us, filled with love and growth and self-discovery and allowing ourselves to come into who we really are, getting to know ourselves, fall in love with ourselves, build our confidence, and just go after things we want, and just a lot of healing that we needed. And I'm really, truly grateful for 2021, and I'm grateful for all of you for being here, and I'm so excited to take you into 2022 with me and just kill it, go after it, and just make it our best year yet. I never want to say my best year ever, because I want every single year to get better and better and better. I woke up on January 1st with such a peace that I've never felt before. I do feel different. It's weird. I feel like I woke up refreshed, renewed. I had like this feeling of certainty pour over me, and I just believe it's because of how hard we worked last year. We did the hard part. Now we get to do the fun part. I can't wait to see the final product of 2022. And I'm gonna take you guys along with me, and I'm sending that love and energy to you. I hope you guys can feel that. So I'm going to show you guys how to make 2022 your best year yet. I really want to move through this year with grace and no pressure. I felt really called to just change things up, simplify things. So a lot has changed, and I want to take you guys step by step of how I'm making 2022 my best year yet. Change a lot of things, doing a lot of things a little different, but I feel like I've watched a lot of these videos, and I feel like a lot of people are like, go, go, go. It's a new year. This is what you got to do. Let me give you advice. Let me give you tips. But nobody is addressing the part where this can actually be hard. Like, this isn't an easy process. To get to the point where I am today, to even grasp how to do that, that took me 2 years. And I'm hopefully sharing all these videos with you to speed that process up for y'all. But I just want to say, give yourself grace and do this with love. Like, every step that you take to make this year your best year yet, make sure it is truly for you and not because you see somebody on social media doing something productive. And make sure that it is truly what you want to be doing, what is called to you, what makes you actually feel good, and what actually benefits your life. Like, don't do things because you see it or someone said this or that. Make sure it's beneficial to you. Like, make sure it's actually making a difference in your life. Don't waste your time on trying to fit puzzle pieces into your puzzle that aren't a part of it. Just make this truly a self-love journey. So the next thing that I'm doing is really attacking my health this year. You guys know my health journey has been all over the place, up and down, but it is the main focus of 2022 for me. I want to solve these health issues that I've been going through once and for all. I feel like it's been going on for 3 years now, and I want to do everything I can to fully understand my body. The one thing I really want to focus on this year is my gut health. Your gut can affect everything in your body. It is literally your second brain. There's so much your gut can actually affect. I never knew how important your gut could be to how you function on a daily basis. I wanted to find a way to really dive deep into my gut health and learn about myself. I feel like, yes, I could take advice from this person, but they're telling me what works for them. I wanted something that was like personal to me, backed by science, and something that I could trust. And I finally found it, and it's with Ombre. And I do want to thank them for sponsoring this portion of the video. I know it's sponsored, but wait, I thoroughly looked through their website, read their information, saw some reviews to really get a backstory of this company to make sure this is something that I wanted to do. And I have just loved the process, you guys. So if you've never heard of Ombre, Ombre is an at-home testing kit that you get that will take your stool samples and analyze them for bad bacteria in your gut to treat root causes of symptoms that you may be having and have not found the cause. They analyze down to what foods that are good for you, foods you should probably stay away from. They analyze what strands of probiotics that you have inside that are good for you, what strands of probiotics that you may be getting too much of or not enough of. You get a unique gut microbiome report, which tells you everything you need to know. It tells you so much about your gut. Then they give you a probiotic that is made just for you, what you are needing based off your test results. So if you struggle with bloating, constipation, being able to maintain a healthy weight, a weak immune system, breakouts, acne on the skin, but also your mental health and the way that you actually feel can all be affected by your gut health tremendously. Like, it could be the cause of why those things are out of whack for you. Your gut contains trillions of good bacteria and bad bacteria. If your gut does not have enough good bacteria in it, the bad basically takes over. And when that happens, you can start seeing a lot of those symptoms I mentioned earlier. This right here is such a huge recommendation. If you can start your year off understanding your gut a little bit better, this is something that I'm recommending to everybody. I just love the way that Ombre does it. My body is just loving their probiotic that they have sent to me. I love the results that I'm seeing so far. You have to take this test. It is so crucial to your health. And this can be the test that helps. I will have everything linked down below. If you want to try this, go to tryombre.com/Alexis to get $30 off your test right now, which is a really, really good deal. So it normally runs around $99 and you would get it for $69. Do something like this for yourself for the new year and really get to the bottom of what may be causing some symptoms you maybe felt for a very long time with no answers to. Definitely check this out. So the first things first is I have wrote down a very specific morning and night routine that I know is very beneficial to me, that will help me have the best days I possibly can, or at least setting myself up to have a good day. I have learned over 2021, I'm a person that needs a morning and night routine. If I don't get a good sleep at night, I will wake up groggy, grouchy, unproductive. I don't want to do anything, and it can really just ruin my day. If I don't take time for myself in the morning and then I immediately start giving my energy to other people, I am just not at 100%. I just go through my day irritated instead of peacefully, and I just like don't want that. And that is something I had to learn about myself. I didn't even know that that was what was affecting me. Now, I'm not trying to make my morning and night routine something insane. This is something that I need to get done within 30 to 45 minutes. It can't be like a whole long thing because I need to get a move on with my day. But also, if you work a 9 to 5, you can't be doing a long, extensive morning routine. So tailor it to you. Like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure it actually makes sense for you to be doing it. If it doesn't make sense and it doesn't help you or benefit you or bring peace to your life, don't do it. For me, every single morning, I've been getting up at 5:30 a.m. and that's because when I came back from Europe, I just would get up. So I just kept on doing it. You don't have to get up that early, but I am loving it. There is something about getting up when no one else is awake that just changes everything. The amount of things I'm able to get done in 2 hours, and then it's 7:30 and I still got the whole day in front of me. So I really, really like that. I'm a grandma. I go to bed at like 9:30, 10. So, and then I get up at 5:30. Such a game changer. If you can get up even an hour earlier or 2 hours earlier than you're used to, that can give you such a head start on your day, but it can allow you to get me time in the morning that is not rushed, and you can really take the time to spend on yourself, fill your cup first before giving it to anybody else. The next thing I've been loving in my mornings, it is a must do, is a meditation. I'm a meditation girl now. 5-minute meditations that I found off YouTube. I can't do a long meditation. I'm working up to that, I should say. It can be really, really hard for me. So I've been doing these 5-minute meditations, but they like work. Like the things that this girl says in these meditations is life-changing. So I will list at least like 5 of my favorites. It's the same channel. I just do these over and over and over again. I just listen to, she's a whole bunch based off like energy cleansing, reset your mindset, mindful thinking, like whatever you're needing, she has a meditation for it. That's the first thing I do is I meditate. I want to cleanse my mind, set the right intention. I put on high frequency music. I'll list my favorite one down below, and then I also have a Spotify playlist of cleansing music, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Like as I'm doing my morning routine, I like to have the high frequency music on just so it can calm me and relax me and make sure that I'm just fully present in the moment. After my meditation, I make sure to journal every day now. I don't care if it's one sentence or a full page. I just want to make sure I'm expressing how I'm feeling on that day. I set my intentions for the day. So I'll get like a page and I'll write like how I'm feeling, and then I do my gratitude, and then I do my affirmations below every single day, just to kind of bring focus onto the things that I want and that I'm doing. And then I put on my gym clothes and get my workout in the mornings. I know if I'm a person who does not work out in the mornings, it's not happening. It is just not happening. I won't do it. Like I will skip it. So I make sure to get my workouts done in the morning, and I include it as a part of me time. Like this is my time to give my best version of myself with my early morning energy before I give it to anybody else, because that's when I'm the most high functioning, is in the morning for me. So sometimes you really just need to give yourself time with yourself and try to do positive things, and then your mood will naturally just change. And that can take a course of like 30 minutes or whatever that looks like to you. That's what I've been doing, and it works, y'all. It like seriously works. And then for my night routine is so crucial for me to even get up in the morning to do my morning routine. I feel like the night routine is not looked at as important enough, but it is so crucial what you do at night to have a good day the next day. So for me, I start winding down at least an hour and a half before the time I actually want to be asleep. So say if I want to go to bed by 10, I'm starting to wind down, do my night routine by either 9 or 8:30 p.m. And I do this to start telling myself it's time for bed. For me, I'm a nighttime shower person, so I like to shower, feel the warm water. I like to put essential oils on, get a calm aroma in the room. I love brewing up a hot cup of tea. My mind has created an anchor to me making tea to like, no, it's time to start settling down, calming down, and getting ready for bed. Like the second I start making tea, I can feel myself relax, do my skincare. New thing I definitely want to do is I'll watch TV for a little bit, but then like 45 minutes before I want to go to sleep, I'm going to start reading a book. If you go to sleep past 12, it's actually hard for you to stay asleep through the night. So the earlier you can get to sleep, the better. And maybe in your journal or on a piece of paper or whatever you want to do, or you don't even gotta write it down, but just think of an ideal morning and night routine that you want to do. Just call it you time, and it's an appointment in the books, and nothing can make you not do it. Of course, if you don't do it every single night, like I'm not gonna do it on the weekends. I don't need to. This is more of a Monday through Friday thing for me. Set times that you wanna make sure you want this, you wanna do it, and make that promise to yourself and keep it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is the next day, and I think this is one of my favorite parts about the new year, and this is something that I like to do before I get into actually planning my year. I think this step is very crucial, very important. I think when the new year comes, our first process we think about is, oh, I need to hurry up and plan. I need to get a plan together. I need to write my wants down, and that's it. We think about our worldly experience, what we want out of it, instead of what our soul wants and what our soul needs, what we need. You want to make sure the goals that you're setting for yourself for the new year truly align with who you are at the end of the day, and it's truly something you actually want. So that is what I'm going to do now. I feel like sitting down and connecting with my true self before I'm going to plan out my entire year of 2022 is so important. This is something that I started doing last year. These steps I'm going to show you right now, and it changed my life. So I definitely want to share this part with you. For me, what the first thing I like to do is reflect on my year of 2021. Like, what happened? I feel like we skip past that a lot, and we don't reflect on what we could have changed, what we could have done better, where were we not connecting, where were we missing in 2021? What are some good things you did accomplish, even if it wasn't on your goal list? Like, what are the things you accomplished that you got closer to completing that goal? My first step in reflecting is really going inward. I cried doing this last year, but what I like to do is I cut out a picture of myself where I just wasn't living in my truth. I just wasn't living the life that I wanted to be living. I was living a life where I wasn't the happiest. And what I do is I write a letter to this version of myself. Instead of seeing this girl as flawed or just like, ugh, what's wrong with her? I try to really look at this picture. It's really weird to look at yourself. You can see the pain, like you can see everything that was going, like you know exactly what was going on in this moment. So I try to really look at the picture and get a feel for what is going on, what I may have been scared of in that moment, what was holding me back, and what I need to say goodbye to, what I can change. Kind of like say goodbye to a version of myself that is no longer serving me. What I do is I cut out the picture, and then on the other side I will go ahead and write maybe 2 to 3 pages of just pouring out my heart and just saying everything I needed to say. And I really just write a goodbye letter. I know this is a long process, but the next thing that I like to do is I like to kind of do a end of the year reflection. And I learned this from Roberto. When you're looking at your last year and you're doing an end of the year review, I like to do it quarterly, and I like to really get into detail about it. This may take you a little bit too, but you're able to really see things for what they were. So from January to March, what was I doing? What did I accomplish in that time frame? If I didn't accomplish anything, why? How was I feeling during that time? And really reflecting on those periods of time. And I'm able to catch bad habits that no longer serve me and that I want to let go. I'm able to see patterns that I'm doing. Like I'm able to really see things for what they were. I like to write down things like things I want to improve on. Biggest one, things I want to change about myself in general, like things I do not want to take with me. Okay, so then my favorite part, which is my bullet journal. This is the part where I get really detailed. I really write down everything, like everything I want to do, accomplish, and I write it down multiple times in different ways. That's due to being able to break it down when I want to achieve it by, break it down into a tangible goal, then that builds up to completing a big goal at the end of the year. So that it also sends me reminders of what I need to be doing throughout the year to make sure I'm on track to complete that goal. You're gonna see a lot of that in here, and I'm just gonna show you how I'm breaking down and keeping track of everything. So when you first open it up, it has my 2021 year reflection, which we already talked about. So the next thing is my 2022 goals. I like to break my goals into mental, personal, and business, and some of the things I want to be working on. I won't read them all, but just to give you a gist of kind of like what I'm working on this year. So mentally, I want to be my authentic self in every scenario. Like I don't want to be mirroring anybody. I've grown up a lot of my life not knowing who I am and mirroring people. It's just uncomfortable and it's just not healthy as well. And I've learned that about myself this year. So big goal is just to be me, like literally be me. The next goal is to be slow to speak and happy to listen to other people. I find myself over talking in a conversation and not listening. I want to change that. You just get so much more from listening than being the person that's always talking, and you get to make somebody else feel really good about themselves or that day. So that is a big goal of mine. Continue on my healing journey, see good in others rather than see their worst. I have a really bad habit in that. I want to continue to inspire people. I want to be responsible and on time this year. Girl, last year I was all over the place. So it's a big one for me. I want to get out of my comfort zone and be social. Like y'all, I probably have like a few friends, but I'm so bad at being social. Like I used to be a social butterfly, but ever since I feel like I hit like 24, I'm gonna be turning 28, and it's like I've completely went into a shell. So I want to come back out, find a good core group of friends, just be more social. Like it's very important to be social anyway. Y'all know I love my alone time, but I do want to step out and get out of my comfort zone in that area and be more social. I really want to focus on being the healthiest version of myself, not just including weight loss. I have certain health issues that I want to like finally address this year once and for all. I want to get like good scans back from the doctor. I want to be mentally healthy. I want to be taking myself to the chiropractor, getting massages, facials, acupuncture, cupping. I want to do like tapping therapy. I just really want to like take care of my body the best way that I can. I want to be eating like raw vegetables as much as possible with every single meal, caring about what I'm putting into my body, just like being the healthiest I possibly can. And that's more of my lifestyle Monday through Friday. I've told myself through the weekend I can just do whatever I want, like not go crazy, but I really want to make sure majority of the time, what I'm putting into my body, I'm comfortable with and I know where it's coming from. I want to buy my first home this year, and it doesn't mean I have to move into it this year, as long as by December 31st, I found my home and I applied for it and I got approved. I am happy even just with that, like just that step alone. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then if I move into it 2023, that's fine. I want to finally buy a car. If you guys don't know, I have been renting almost a full year now. Yeah, almost a full year now, and it's so expensive. And I just turn in the car. I don't pay for tags, nothing. I just pay for my insurance and that's it. And I love that because I've had car horror stories, girl, car horror stories. And it's like scary for me to buy a car, but I want to buy my first car. So for my business goals, I have a lot of like projects that I'll be doing this year. One you guys already know about, I'm always talking about it. So hopefully me and Roberta will get the course done this year. So for all of you guys asking us about the course, DMing me, DMing Roberto in the comments, we are working on it. He's actually working on it now as we speak. So that should be coming out hopefully within the next couple of months. So I will be letting you know when it's out, just in case if anybody wants to be involved in that, you can. My goal this year is to buckle down, really go ham on this channel, and I want to hit 1 million subscribers. Like in certainty, like I want to hit that number. I feel like I figured out the algorithm. I figured out how to grow on YouTube, and I just like found my place, and I feel very comfortable with saying that out loud. I know that's a huge number, from going from 100K to that. It's like, girl, are you okay? I've seen people do it. I really believe it's possible. If I'm able to hit that number on YouTube, I want my Instagram to kind of reflect those followers, and I want to get at least anywhere from 300K followers on Instagram. So I know those are huge numbers, but girl, wait until you see what I have planned. The last couple of goals is I just want to be taken more seriously on social media. I feel like now that I've hit 100K, I feel like I understand the ropes a little bit better. Now it's about like elevating to the next level, but also have others take me more seriously as a creator now. And then I also want to make friends within the creator world. I want to like take more initiative in those relationships and really build on them. So those are my goals for 2022. And then the next thing I have here is, found this on YouTube and I really loved it. So this girl had uncompleted goals and completed goals, and basically I took like my top 10 goals from this page that are tangible. They're really big and they're gonna take time to accomplish, and they're gonna be huge when I do accomplish it. So I want to feel like a little reward when I do. I put them over here and then uncompleted, and once I complete them, I'll cross it off and move it over here to complete it, just so I can be like, oh, I completed that, cool. And I write it off, and it's a little reward for me, and like kind of like a knowing like, girl, look, you're on the right track, you're doing it. So the next page I have is my financial goals. I like to separate my financial goals from my actual goals, just because there's so many of each, and I like to be very specific, and I want this to be tailored to where I'm going to be with my finances only when it's not mixed into my goals. Just how much I want to be making, things, how much money I want to save. I want to start heavily investing, make money passively through investing. So on the other side, I have financial goals completed, the date completed it, what was completed, and how much I made. And then for me, I have my YouTube tracker of how many subscribers I gained each month. And then I have my monthly AdSense and average view count. So I can just see how my channel is growing, like where are my views for the month of January and how much did I make in AdSense. And then the next page is my timeline. So I think this is really important, and I filled mine in with pencil because you can erase it and move it. I wrote a timeline of when I want something completed by, and this is the part where I broke down my goals, focus on certain one rather than trying to focus on everything all at once. So in January, I want to start working on the book course, and that's my goal, is to complete that, right? So I'm not focusing on trying to do everything, all my goals in January. I know when I need to be focusing on that specific goal to ensure that it is completed. I think this is so crucial. Like everyone should have a timeline. When you're making your monthly calendar, you can be like, oh, this month's focus is this is what I'm gonna be working on, this is what I'm gonna complete. So that way you are hitting your goals throughout the year naturally, right? It's just like, oh, this is my focus, and each one of my goals is in one of these boxes that I want to be hitting. So you need to be able to break it down in this way and kind of make sure that you're on track throughout the year. That's like the biggest thing. How could you stay on track throughout the year, so that way when you look back at 2022, like, oh, that's what I was doing this month and that's when I completed it. I love that. Highly recommend. I will link this down below. So I just finished planning everything. I feel so organized and put together, y'all. Like, okay, so let me show you. So first things first is my Google Calendar. So as you guys can see, I color coded everything and then I just kind of lay it out on my calendar. So when I need to film something, when I need to send something to my editor, when a video is due, I need to edit something, and then I do my personal goals down here just to have it on my calendar, something super easy. So it's just laid out, and if I need to move something, I can. It's just a lot easier than doing it on paper, and I just love having it this way. And then I synced my iCalendar to everything, so my iPad, my phone, my laptop, so that way if I make an adjustment somewhere else, it'll show up on here as well. And then I will go ahead and write it in my calendar, and that will be my main focus for the day. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is make a vision board. I'm all about my vision boards. I create them, print them out, and I put them absolutely anywhere that I will continuously see it. So I put one in my room on this wall, and so I see it right when I wake up. I put one in the kitchen, one in my office. I put it as my laptop phone screen, my iPad phone screen, and my phone screen. So I'm gonna show you guys how I make one. I like to make mine pretty aesthetic. I like to go all out and go a little crazy with it. So I've already kind of started on mine. I use Photoshop to make it. It's just because I know how to use it. This is how I make my thumbnails. I think this does cost money, but you can use Canva for free. You can make this on just like your Windows doc or Pages if you have a Mac. And then you just make a collage of pictures. So basically, I like to cut mine out. You don't got to do all that, but if you want to make it like this, I'll show you how. So basically what I like to do is I go on Pinterest. I just find pictures that resemble exactly kind of what I'm going for. The year that I want to have, the things I'm looking forward to doing. Sometimes what I'll do is I type in everything, and I normally click like on aesthetic because I don't know, Pinterest will really bring up aesthetic photos. Like if you put aesthetic after anything, like that's how you find the best photos on Pinterest. You know, I'll click on something like this, and basically what I do, either screenshot it, and then if it lets me save a photo, I'll go ahead and just save the photo. Bring it into my Photoshop, and then what I like to do is I like to use this object tool here, quick select, and then up here it says select subject. You got to make sure you're on this photo, and then it kind of cuts it out for you. Then I hit select and mask at the top, and then I kind of play with it. I smooth out the edges, feather it a little bit, contrast, and then I hit this little button down here. I'm not sure what it does, but and then look, you have a cutout, and I just place it wherever I want it to be. I'm not going to use this photo, but that was for example. Put the exact picture of what you're looking for or what you're trying to accomplish, like exactly, just so it can resemble that and your mind doesn't get confused and you're not manifesting things you don't want. Okay, so I finally finished my vision board. I think it turned out pretty cute. So that is that. So this is my vision board. So now I'm going to actually print this out and kind of put it all over my house because I want to see this everywhere. So now when I wake up and get ready for the day and I walk out of my room, it's like the last thing I see as like a reminder of why I'm getting up to work today. So that's why I like to put it in that area. Just a good reminder, and it's a good place I feel like to put it. So every time you're leaving, you're like, it's time to get to work. Okay, so before we get to the end of the video, I want to leave you guys with this. I know this seems like a lot, and I don't do all of these things in the same day. This took me like a week to complete, of just setting myself up for the new year to try to give myself the best I possibly can this year. I love you guys. You can do this. I really want to know some of your New Year's resolutions. What are you guys going to be working on this year? Give your advice for the year. What are your predictions for the year? I would love to hear it all down in the comments down below. Let's just boost each other up and go after it. I love you guys. Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.